I mean, we'll see because it'll eventually. I mean, well, I gotta. No, I can't really. I would like to do an experiment to like figure it out, if you will. I don't know how yet. I haven't figured that out, but also just could ask. Be like, I could just ask specifically about that. I could just bump that and be like, hey, I didn't realize, I didn't think about it at the time because I
It could just
thought
be. I mean, it could be anyone that was watching.
that's what I think it was. But also, if I
Yeah,
just
it doesn't mean it's someone from like someone inside of like our thing.
right,
It could
okay,
have been anyone that was in there. Like I didn't see the quantity on this repack exchange. You must have just sent Tony direct for him.
correct. Duck's good. Yes, Duck's good. Okay, let's go, Jeff. Now I need to watch the
He
Instagram
just did that
side.
covering his ass and just being like, I was watching. Like, what's up with that? And just didn't want to admit that he had a problem. He claimed that someone came to him.
Baxi's in there first. Why? I mean, respectfully, of course, with the most respect. But I would assume this is like a false assumption, probably. But like, if someone can be in the live, they can be in the Zoom. Fair or no?
There's no way he knows Zoom is going. Yeah.
I mean, he can hear us.
Right. But
oh, you mean yeah.
Click on the live before he does.
I would think though that if he sees me live in general, like it's not 100%. Like when I say I'm live every night, it's not 100%, but it's 99.5%. A live.
You're below that.
You think the Zoom is not as? I think I'm saying the Zoom is always there if the live is there. Not the live being 99.5. I'm saying if there is a live, there is a Zoom.
Yeah.
The live is like 95%, 90%, whatever it is. But like Corby knows, Corby can back that up. Corby, if you see that I'm live, to you, that's a guarantee that there's a Zoom, correct?
It's like 99%.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Ooh, yeah, under. I knew it was under.
Well, I mean, yeah, I said 99.5. But yeah, if you see I'm live, like, and now he also could be like sort of preoccupied in a way where it's like, yeah, he's just kind of seeing what's going on and he's not fully locked in, or maybe he's sitting there with whoever, because it is a little different.
Just like testing the water sometimes, yeah.
Okay, Instagram is.
I'm cheering on Big Cat. I got no dog in the fight, but I'm cheering on Big Cat.
Oh, for sure, I love Big Cat. I want him to win.
He said it was over on Twitter like a while ago. Is that still the case? I mean, he's been saying it's dead with like every game. Right now, it still has a chance. I think there was 150 and a half is the over that he needs to hit. And the last live line was 151 and a half. See what it is right now.
Let's go, Aiden.
Like 153 and a half. He's got a chance, man. He's probably going to hit it.
I was going to bet the
score is 53 to 63 Omaha right now.
So 116.
Omaha.
What's the over under you said?
He needs to hit 150 and a half.
Oh, and how much time left? Sorry, you probably said all of this.
8 minutes left.
Okay, so it's okay. He's not out of the woods. Like 10.
Live line right now.
Or no, not out of the woods. Not the right way to say it. That's like if it's a bad situation.
He's in the woods.
Yeah.
Throws, couple of threes, kind of fucks him up.
He's kind of in the middle of the woods. He's trying to fight his way out.
That game yesterday was nuts. It was like something crazy, like 30 points in like the last 2 minutes. I love his thing when he's critical of college sports, and then he'll always put in like they're just kids. Yeah. Make your fucking free throws, parentheses, just kids.
Fraley, let's go. Fraley's back. Okay, I'm going to check. I was going to bet the Canucks, and then the other one was the Ducks, but I wanted to have a plus number. I was going to live bet the Canucks also, which I guess I still could. Because I was going to bet the Canucks at plus 120, and then before the match was about to start, it was like even. And I was like, okay, I lost some value there. I don't love that. I was then going to maybe bet the Ducks, but I was wanting to pick one or the other, not bet both. I was going to go Canucks, so I wasn't going to feel bad if the Ducks did win. And they weren't a plus number when it started. They were close, but not. And now they're up, of course, 2-0. That's just crazy how betting goes, dude. Like the one I was going to bet is losing. The other one I didn't bet and they're winning. It's like, mother. And I watched D2 last night.
I told you that would happen.
How many?
I I said these are the two dogs I like. One of them will win. Both probably won't.
How many Mighty Duck players can you name without Googling it? But I watched last night, so that's unfair.
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that movie forever. Conrad? What's his name?
We are about to rip this box after we run this duck race. There's one person that can take buyback here, which is Cola. So if Cola wins, he's taking buyback. If anyone else wins, they're ripping the box.
You get the Canucks live right now for plus 300.
That's what I kind of want. I kind of want to do it. Yeah, but once that net opens up at the end.
How sick does it make you feel when you think about what that rollover bet would be at right now?
Dude, like you said, we need a time machine more than anything. Like, that's just sickening that.
Dude, fuck this. It should be us.
It's seriously, like, sickening to know that, like, that's a crazy run and just tail it.
I have 13 right. It was, 500 and something thousand off of a $100 bet rollover.
So crazy, dude. Seriously, so crazy. It's so crazy.
Close to 5 million after this bet.
I need Timothy here and Ebarb.
Basically even money. Yeah, they're all right around like.
We have a duck race for a good one box, which we're going to hit a Tiger Woods auto. I know it. So I've been telling everyone that it's going to happen. Got to will it. We have a Disney box with 8 spots left. I don't expect that to fill. You never know. The Marvel box will split. And then we have some baseball boxes that we might open, but we probably won't. And then we have Bowman Sapphire tomorrow that we're getting in the mail. So right now, it's this Goodwin box that's going to be a monster. The Marvel box is the third of the 3 that I bought. The first 2 were bad, so we're due something decent, hopefully. But we did fucking hit a black that was a bad one. It's like Echo. It was like so lame. I'd like to open the Disney box as well, but we only have 2 names on that.
I just think the DraftKings post from when he was at 13 in a row. That like shows the breakdown of all of his bets up to that point. What are his units? Like, what's he betting on each of these? Like 20K or something? I don't know what he usually bets.
He bets 5,000 to 10,000 on every game. Like his standard unit now is 5,000 to 10,000. Dave's up to like 25-50 now.
That's not standard at all. It's a lot of fucking money.
It's so much. He was asked not that long ago. Gilly called him on the phone and was like, "Wait a second, Dave bet how much on a thing?" It was like one of the $500,000 bets or $1 million bets. And he's like, "Yeah, but Dave doesn't do that all the time." And then he was like, "Well, how much does Dave bet?" And he was like 25-50, something like that. And he was like, "Holy shit." And he's like, "What do you bet?" And he's like 5 to 10. And that was an older video. So, and he's not going to probably go down. So yeah, I think 5 to 10 is his number now. But it just climbs and climbs because he used to not bet that much at all. Random. Need to reset all these websites because they're like glitching shit out. That's what it was, I think. Bunch of tabs open. Okay, Tim is, I've asked this every single night. He's the same time zone as me, so he should be awake. And I would like him to be here while we run the race because he's got 4 spots. Ebarb has 5 spots. So I'd hate for them to both miss it. It's like Tim bought spots for his family. Max and AJ, I guess, are his sons. And then Hughes, his uncle. Tom's on it, Cola, and then 5 Ebarb ducks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Shane has not responded since February 28th, after making me feel much better.
How much have you blown up since then?
I really haven't. Just I've texted him a couple times to be like again, like
what's a couple, like a text a day?
No, like 3 times total. So a few times I should have said. But what I don't understand is like in his position with me being cool about it and being just wanting to be updated, and then he doesn't, like, disappears for that amount of time. I don't understand why he would do that. Like, it just makes it, and then he has the audacity to be like, "Hey, don't blow me up." It's like, yeah, but just give me any sort of update. Like, what's so hard about just giving any sort of update? It's like, "Oh, I'm stressed about it." It's like, so am I. Like, Ditto. So am I. So it wouldn't be that big of a deal to be like, hey, by the way, blah, 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 whatever. But he just, I guess, and maybe he's working out on his job site. So it's like, I cannot call it, as they say. But yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Fucking who knows? Oh, I can't talk about that on here. I was going to say I have some other news to talk about, but I can't. Sean, do you know the update about my cousin Ryan by chance?
I was on when you got that initial message with the first 300.
I mean, I'm hesitant to even talk about that because he's going to pop on and go, oh, you're talking about it? Like, that motherfucker acted like the system shut down on him and took all of his money. Then the guy sent me the playlist, like the report of everything he had done, like all of his bets, and it showed it was very incriminating against what Ryan said happened. Ryan even told me that he didn't at any point bet $50. He actually used the term in real life, but whatever. He said he didn't even bet $50. The very first bet, I'll send it to you if you want. The very first thing showed a $100 bet. If you went from the other side of the paperwork, like the third or fourth bet was $50. So I'm like, yeah, you did. Like either way you slice it, you did. And then the guy,
his head at that moment, that was free money.
Well, he made a comment in the text that said, this is quote here. This is verbatim. I was practically playing to lose, or I was practically playing to win. And then the next text was not lose. I'm like, what does that mean? You were practically playing to win. It's like, yeah, I mean, everybody's trying. So I don't know if there's like how much of a disconnect there. And then basically, long story short, though, the guy had evidence, of what happened. So Ryan is now paying him off in payments. Then I said to the guy, the smartest thing you can do is like cut the account because, let's go, Nolan. And he was like, well, I'll cut it off once he pays. So it's like, okay, but then he can do it right now. Like he can bet on it again or game, that just seems crazy. So, but I told him, I was like, it feels weird to tell you that because it's a cousin of mine. But based on what he told me and what you showed me, it doesn't look good on his side. That's just being honest. And he was appreciative. And I was like, you should cut him off now and then just get paid. I was like, if he doesn't pay, I'll pay you. And he still was like, well, I'll just cut it off once he pays in full. Thinking, that seems insane. But who am I to speak on that when I just tabbed Shane, way more. But I know Shane, but still, like, I was like, wait a second, what? So yeah, who knows? All right. I don't want to, like I said, I didn't want to run this without We're just going to run it though, because the video post, I almost want to just halfway like not run it on here. I'm going to do that actually, because I don't know that they can watch it back as easily on the Midwest side. So I'm going to get back on the Midwest side. Fraley, I know, is in there. I'm not sure who else joined there, but I'm going to get on the normal Instagram to run it so I can post it to my page like I normally would for those people, because it's all people on our side that are in that. And I don't want them to have to go to the Midwest site to watch the video back on the duck race so I'm going to restart the Midwest. If you want to watch it from the Midwest side, go to the Instagram Edge Card Breaks, and I'll be live there to run the duck race, and then I'm going to post it and get back on the Midwest.